What's up, Internet, and welcome to the YieldTomato gaming channel for a pickups video, and it's been a while. This one is specifically Xbox original titles, if you could not tell from the thumbnail or title. Basically, for the last few months since I haven't posted a pickups video, I've been going out of my way of trying to pick up some of the little things I've always wanted to get, because a lot of it is currently fairly affordable. So I figured, might as well knock out some of those less expensive ones before we get to the Retro Video Game Expo in Portland. I usually try and save that for the more expensive, heavier hitters, harder to find ones. So let's start with a point-and-click, well, not point-and-click, but a, like a classic adventure game, known as Syberia. I like adventure games. I particularly like Snatcher, which happens to be unbelievably difficult to get your hands on. But this is kind of like a steampunk-ish world they've crafted here, and I've always found its design interesting, so I figured, why not grab it? I paid $5 for it. I mean, it's hard to argue with a lot of the game. A lot of these games actually I paid $5 for because, thrift stores or Goodwill or CD Game Exchange is a very good one to go take a look at. But, I figured I'd pick up Siberia. It's one I've always had interest in. And since the third one just recently came out, figured why not go back and start from the beginning, which I don't even remember there being a second Syberia, so I kind of need to figure out where that one's at. The next one is probably not a very good game, but I absolutely love the movies, and that's Terminator, Dawn of Fate. Has a really cool metallic cover. I want this to be good. I'm sure it's terrible. But I've always wanted to try it. This one, I paid like $5 for. I'm not too upset if it's terrible. Atari never really did all that great with their tie-in titles. In fact, there have been no good Terminator tie-ins, if I remember right. But this one looks like it has the most potential out of the ones I've seen. So, figured I'd give it the benefit of the doubt and give it a shot. Why not? This next one, I actually haven't played very much of the first one, but I very extensively played the third and fourth entries, and that is Genma Onimusha. For those of you that don't know, this is quite literally Resident Evil in feudal Japan. This game started development as a Resident Evil title in feudal Japan, but they couldn't really keep the zombie aspect going with the whole viral system, so they went with Instead just went to go with the Onis and the traditional Japanese folklore stuff. Now, I have it on PS2, but I wanted to get the Xbox original version because it is actually a superior version of the game, much like the Ninja Gaiden Sigmas were superiors over the original Ninja Gaidens. As it states in the back, it's a new and enhanced version. It has new areas to explore with evolving enemies and enhanced action and modified difficulty levels. New attack modes and stronger enemies, and I think that last one's actually in all the games, a tug of war to collect the souls, quote unquote. It's very strange, but basically just Resident Evil tank controls, which I think work great even today, I don't care what anyone says, but with swords and a little bit more action to it. The franchise is fantastic, actually. I really wish they'd bring the Onimushas back, or at least do like a Onimusha collection for the PS4 or 3 or whatever they want to do it on, because these games are really good. So now I've got all of the Onimusha games. I just gotta get that controller for the PS2 for Onimusha 3. This next one's also a Capcom title that I never got a chance to play, but always wanted to because I thought it was fascinating, and that is Darkwatch, a vampire western. This actually has a four-player mode on here, but that's not the reason I got it. Again, it's because it's a vampire western. That's such a strange thing to say, but I feel like it's a really interesting mix of different genres, and the design in here is very neat. Capcom, even in the PS2 and Xbox era, had really good design elements. and this is when they could actually start really showing what their artists can come up with, because Resident Evil 1 and 2, basically the PS1, they had a lot more limitations. This, you had a lot more detail you could see, so you got to play with enemy designs a little bit more frivolously. So yeah, Darkwatch. That's gonna be a fun play when I get to it. Now this next one I got because of memories. Oh, the memories. Oh, the memories. I already have the other one, that's why. Frickin' Flatout, man. Flatout 2 this time around. I have, in the past with some of my friends, we've spent hours and hours playing the various mini-games like darts and bowling and stuff just by launching the person out of the driver's seat. Very, very fun racing and demolition style games. If you haven't tried any of the Flatout games, you totally should. They are really, really good. This next one I only ever played a little bit of, but it gets phenomenal praise from people, and that is Crimson Skies. Now, I like flight games. I like jet fighter games. I actually like Ace Combat games. One of my favorite things to do at the arcade is if they've got the, I think it's a Blazing Angels game, they've got the cockpit. I love playing that cockpit one. Now, this is a bit more arcadey, but that doesn't matter because it's got some really unique and cool designs for their planes. And the combat looks actually like a lot of arcade fun. And I like arcade games. So, with all the praise this game gets, and having played a little bit of it back in the late 2000s, figured I should probably pick this one up. Now, this one I also played in the past, and it has a very interesting multiplayer mode, or at least it does on the PS2. I don't think it does on this one. And that is Psyops, the Mindgate Conspiracy. I played this on the PS2 originally, but this is basically a more action-oriented psychokinetic power game. Second Sight was more on the horror side. This is more on the action side of that same spectrum. On the PS2, they have a multiplayer mode where one person moves with one controller, does all of the aiming and all of the moving, and then the other person uses the guns and all the powers on the other controller. It's a very bizarre multiplayer mode on PS2. I don't think that exists on this one, but I remember really enjoying the game, and there's some really cool powers involving the fire and stuff. So, figured why not pick the sucker up again. It was a good time. The next two... Oops. I got actually... I think I got these actually at the same store. And I talked them down to $5 a piece on them. I'm pretty sure. So I was buying a bunch of games from this particular shop, and that is, I picked up Blinx and Blinx 2. For those of you unfamiliar, it is about a cat, anthropomorphic, I don't know, cat with fenders and legs, and he has the ability to manipulate time in certain areas in certain ways, whether it be rewinding time, freezing time, all that good stuff. I remember these being fairly decent-looking platformers with neat puzzle ideas, but it's been a while. But I always wanted to go through these games. These came out when I didn't have an original Xbox, and I've always been interested in them. I like the designs, I like the art. It actually looks, if I remember right, they look pretty darn good, even for the time. The Xbox had very good graphics for its time, which is why a lot of games got enhanced ports on the original Xbox, like Metal Gear Solid 2, Substance, and Genma Onimusha. So yeah, that's a big lot of Xbox original games I picked up recently. Have you guys played any of these? What are your thoughts on them? Any suggestions to add to the Xbox collection? It's the smallest collection I have, I think. So yeah, by all means, feel free to leave comments down below, guys, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all of our latest videos, pickups, and all the other shenanigans we choose to post about. So until next time, guys, thanks for watching.